recall that in Charlotte Osei, for example, that she was arrogant and she had not met some AU people, executive and so on? All of that was part of the petition?
But Samson, you yourself took that action to court. The determination was whether or not a constitutional question has arisen. And the Supreme Court decided on that. And I, Asonaba Dapaah, I respect and defer. I may not necessarily agree with any court decision, including the Supreme Court, but I respect and I defer to that decision. And so please, let's be very careful.
I ask you a specific question. I ask you a specific question. You are talking about raising the bar of what should lead to a removal. And I'm saying that in one petition, someone was alleged to be arrogant and not meeting AU executives and so on. All of that was part of that thing.
Was that the sole petition? So let's not glorify some of these. In any case, without seeking to denigrate the office of the EC, it is incomparable to compare the office of the EC.
It was a serious matter. Let me tell you this.
Head of the judiciary.
Let me tell you this.
Situate the conversation.
It was such a serious matter that in her response, she had to put a picture of herself in the meeting with Thabo Mbeki to show how not arrogant she was against that allegation.
So is this analogy and what is the end game of this analogy and this conversation? I do not seek to respond to fleeting arguments and all of that. My point is, let's situate this conversation properly. I respect the office of the EC, but my respectful submission again is that it is incomparable to the office of a head of an arm of government. Okay. And every Ghanaian must be worried how we are denigrating, how we are lowering the threshold for establishing a prima facie case. Every Ghanaian must be worried that the final bastion of our democracy, the judiciary, we are undermining it, we are interfering, especially with the very disturbing prejudicial statements that have previously been made by no less a person than the president and officers of this government, targeted at the Chief Justice. Very prejudicial statements, unwarranted, and a grave affront to our democracy.